You mentioned that you have a 17-month-old son who puts everything in his mouth and you're wondering how you can get him to stop. Now, for babies and toddlers, this type of behavior is normal because it's part of how they explore the world, but to us, it is disgusting because we worry about spreading illness, and of course, there's also the concern about choking hazards. Because your son is almost a year and a half, he can understand simple commands, probably better than you think. So if you catch him putting something in his mouth that's not appropriate, tell him to stop. You don't need to yell at him. That will actually encourage the behavior because even a negative attention can encourage behavior. Positive reinforcement is best. So set the expectation, tell him no, and then distract him with something else that he can play with, and hopefully that will just get his attention away from it. Don't expect perfect obedience the first time because it's going to take multiple encounters, multiple conversations about it before he gets it, but with persistence, he will eventually learn that that's not something he should do. Because you won't be able to prevent your son from putting things in his mouth or touching his mouth after he's touched things all the time, the best thing you can do is minimize risk. So when it comes to choking, scan your house often and frequently. Look at areas that are within his reach as well as the floor and remove objects that he could choke on. If you have older children that have toys with small parts, make sure they're out of reach. As for spreading germs when he puts things in his mouth, do what's within reason. So you can decontaminate plastic toys at your house. Do what you can to decontaminate frequently touched surfaces in your home. And when you're out and about, carry around an alcohol-based hand sanitizer to use when you can't wash your hands or his hands. But when you can, washing is the best thing you can do to prevent the spread of illness. And again, if you catch him putting things in his mouth, firmly tell him no and distract him with something else. Maybe you can carry around some items in your purse that you know are clean and give them to him to hold in his hands so that he's distracted and he's busy, not wanting to touch other things when you're in public places. Good luck with it, and if you have more questions for me in the future, please feel free to ask them on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Intermountain Moms and recommend us to your friends and family too.